Good morning, Nir. Welcome to the show. How are you here today?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for taking the time and thank you for joining us. Look, I'm just going to dive right into it here. Industrial heat produces a lot of greenhouse emissions, yet it gets little attention in terms of finding ways to decarbonize it. Why, right, and what is changing that?
Well, industrial energy as a whole is not getting the right focus, even though it's by far the single largest source of energy use in the world. Industrial growth in terms of energy consumptions is like 4x bigger than data centers. By 2030, you'll need more power for industrial applications, additional 2 terawatt, and another less than 1 terawatt for all the data centers planned in the world. As a whole, maybe it's less sexy. We don't think about machines and production and materials, but that's by far the low-hanging fruit of efficiency, electricity, and decarbonization as a byproduct, because when you get more efficient and you move to electricity, you are decarbonizing. And I think that if we want it or not, this is by far the largest part of the energy sector that's going to get attention and investments if we want to get more power out of our sources and grid.
Okay, I don't see that slowing down at all. What role does thermal energy storage technology play in lowering industrial heat emissions, and how does Brenmiller Energy fit into that?
Well, the industrial sector is starting to move in the same direction as transportation. We are electrifying our cars, our fleets, our planes, and now we are moving to electrify the industrial sector. 80% of the energy in the industrial sector is heat, 80%. And it's all made with coal and oils and natural gas in a base case scenarios. Now we want to electrify it. We want to electrify it not because it's nice and green, because it's more efficient and it's going to get the energy cheaper. And as a byproduct, again, also clean. So like you did with your car, you need a battery, or with your phone, you need a battery to charge at off-peak hours or when the grid is available. And a thermal storage is actually a heat battery, like a hot water tank that you heat whenever you can and discharge whenever you need, but at higher temperatures for processes that require steam or oil or hot air above 100 degrees.
Okay. Now, can you tell us about the BGen platform, like how it works and what makes it so attractive to industrial customers and what sets it apart from other green energy solutions?
Yeah, so Brenmiller is a pioneer in this sector. We started this company 15 years ago. We are coming out of solar and solar heat, and we saw this missing link of this missing component, the battery, and we developed this very simple idea that comes with meticulous engineering and a lot of innovation in how we build it. And we charge the system with electricity when it's available, when the sun is shining, when the grid is available. And we heat up crushed rocks that are inserted into modules. And these modules then stacked up to a system like a battery in the modulation. And so you charge when you can, and you discharge whenever the customer needs heat. The system integrates a lot of efficiency on the floor side of the customer. We integrate all these needs together, but also we see the grid on our back, and we discharge the grid whenever the grid needs a relief. This means usually that the prices are either very cheap or even negative. Even we get paid from the grid to charge the system, so we help the grid get paid. We help the customer to reduce its bills and emissions. So we have one system with 2 customers, and our system use only eco-friendly materials. It's stable. It is a physical device, no chemistry, no degradation, no hazardous material. So it's very, what this means that you can integrate it on your production floor. It's not easy to put lithium-ion batteries or any chemical device on production floors, but we have a very solid device. We also like batteries. Maybe I'll get to it later. We don't, but batteries store electricity and we store heat.
Okay, that's really interesting there. In addition to creating the TES solutions, the
Yeah.
company recently started offering energy as a service. What benefits does this bring to the business and then, of course, to the customers?
Right. So we are evolving. We started with producing, devices, and then we turned into a service. Now we are coming into a client, and he asked us to also provide him the rest of its needs, because why not? We are there. We are grid connected. So we are selling him whatever he needs. We are now his energy partner. So we sell him power, we sell him heat, we sell him whatever he needs. In the future, we will sell him computing, because computing is energy and cooling. Okay, it's on our list. So so we are providing all the customers' energy needs from a single supplier, a trusted partner, and we are taking care about the grid and the grid connection and sourcing the electrons and trading. It's becoming more and more complex. Customers want to make shoes or sausages. They don't want to be an energy traders. So we are their partners for that. And we are different because we are coming out of the industry. We know how to get into an industrial client. We are not a virtual electron trader. Okay, we know how to tap into their steam systems and to be a reliable, trusted partner to an industrial player. It's a different ballgame than just selling virtual electrons.
Okay, sounds like a one-stop shop there, which sounds pretty easy for the business. Now, look, Brenmiller Energy counts Tempo Beverages as a customer. Can you tell
Right.
us about that project and how you're using it as a springboard for future deals?
So I mentioned we started 15 years ago. Hardware clean tech is a long journey, but we are fortunate to reach to a point where we are turning commercial. And Tempo, that here is actually the manufacturer of Pepsi, of Heineken, and other brands. It's one of the largest breweries in Israel for sure, but in the whole region. And we are going to be, when we are already the sole supplier of energy, of heat to this customer. They are trusting on us 100%. To get into the circle of trust for industrial players, that's a very, very hard thing to do. And we just did it. And the players are big and the names are big. So it's much easier for us now to bring other customers and to show them that they're not the first, and it's working, and we have engine hours, and it's reliable. The engineers don't care about saving, they don't care about the bottom line. They just want to go home at the evening that everything is working. Okay, so now we already passed the CFO, we passed the CEO, but now we are also passing the engineers.
Okay, awesome. And then lastly here, how should investors look at Brenmiller Energy now and into the future? What are some key milestones that are coming up? And what should investors ultimately keep on their radar?
Well, the previous years were the tough years, because you have to take a dream company and think, when will it become real and what if. Now we are moving to the execution phase. So we will show first how we evolve with the strategy, how we are becoming a player that also purchasing assets and making them better, because we are smart and we know how to connect clients to them. Like real estate. On the other hand, you will see that we are progressing with existing projects, that we are signing new projects, and that we are actually, starting the growth phase and the phase that investors really can evaluate if it's for real and what's the growth and what's the margins. Until now, it was like developing a vaccine. You don't know if it's going to fly, but now we are passing to the stage where we can be tested or evaluated as a normal company. Still small, but I really hope that in the near future, not that small.
Yeah,
and we are also entering into the whole supply chain of industrial needs, including data centers in the future. Data centers and solar fields are pretty similar. You need a land and you need a grid connection. So for us, to develop the two is not that complex. And we are evaluating every vertical that we can add to the one-stop shop you mentioned.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like, I know small now, but it sounds like you actually have the right trajectory and you have the right irons in the fire. So look, thank you so much for joining us today, Nir. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I look forward to more updates from you in the future.
Looking forward. See you soon, I hope.
All right. Take care. That was Nir Brenmiller, CEO of Brenmiller Energy. Ticker is BNRG on the NASDAQ.